Come here. Oh yeah, we're good to go. Good girl. That's a Bella. Good girl, Bella. Good girl. This is Bella, and Bella's here doing a board and train. And Bella's going to learn sit down, whoa, here, heel, kennel. And she's going to be taught all these as an implied stay. And this is my first session with Bella, and she doesn't really have to do anything. And this is something that I do with most dogs, at least dogs that I'm going to, teach hold, drop, and retrieve, is I just want Bella up on the table like this, just to get used to this, because this is where we're going to train Bella to hold an object and hold it proper and to drop an object. So I put the dog up here, just sort of getting him used to it. And that's all we're doing. We're not going to start putting anything in Bella's mouth, but tomorrow we will. Tomorrow we start working with that. So I have her up here. I just want her to see it's no big deal. Now I know she's already been on a table before, and she's been in a situation like this, a high collar. And the reason why I know this is because the dog's been groomed. So when you take a dog to be groomed, they put them on a collar in this exact same situation. Now, she's being relatively mellow. She's not making any eye contact with me, but I'll tell you one thing. She's following me around the house on a leash. She's sort of avoiding looking at me. She doesn't want any, she's not challenging me. And all this sort of like, some of the behaviors that you see right now will change over the next 35, 40, 45 days. That's probably how long I'm going to keep her. And the reason why we're going that long with her is that she has been aggressive at times. She's never bit anybody. This dog has never bit anybody. So the owner, her mommy, who is, by the way, Bowser's grandmother, this is no shit, is smart, because first dogs, they growl, right? And then they lunge and then they bite. So she's already barking and lunging at people. And she also has a tendency to use her head and knock people into the back of the leg. So this is aggressive behavior that, it's a pain in the ass for her mom. Now the other thing about Bella is she does bark. So we're also going to e-collar condition Bella. And if Bella needs to go back with some kind of vibrating bark collar, or even a bark collar that's low stimulation that can indicate Bella to stop barking, we'll do that. I just don't know. As soon as we got in here, she's not being vocal, but that doesn't mean that Bella isn't going to change and start being vocal. So she's going to set into this whole routine and everything, and we'll start seeing what Bella does. And while we're doing that, we're going to be training her to do sit down, whoa, here, heel, kennel. Like I said, they're all taught as an implied stays. So I just want her to get up on this table, right? And, get used to this, because we're going to spend at least a couple weeks on this. And teaching the dog hold, it takes longer than anything that I teach the dog. So it might be 30 days before we actually get to do that. She's doing a proper retrieve. She's panting. She's a little nervous. It's okay. Hi, Bella. And by that time that Bella's retrieving, we'll have her spinning into heel correctly. So she has to be able to do that. Now she has a little bit of a snout, so I assume that I'm looking at her. She has some snout, so I would assume her mouth looks normal and everything. She'll probably be able to pick up some keys, or maybe reading glasses. She's good. She's avoiding eye contact. That's fine. She's not acting super freaky. She isn't. I had her in a crate. She was in the down position, just sort of like chilling. She wasn't drooling or anything. She's panting a little bit right now, but that's really no big deal. I also, one thing that I had to check out when she got here was I wanted to make sure that Bella, like if I touched her around the snout, she wasn't growling or trying to bite me. That's important. I don't want to make matters worse. Some dogs might not be appropriate to teach hold and drop to, but I think Bella can definitely learn to do a proper retrieve. I mean, I'm not seeing anything. Should I do this on camera? Sure. Yeah, we're good. We'll be good to go. We'll give her some more time before I'm gonna start opening up her mouth. I don't want to get bit, right, Bella? We'll take it real slow. If it takes a little bit longer than 45 days, it takes a little bit longer. I never take on a dog with the intention of like, you paid for 30 days, it's done. You paid for 2 weeks, it's done. It's to the point where your dog is being consistently compliant with me because I need the dog, and it has enough condition, I need the dog to be consistently compliant with the owner when it goes back. So it really, for me, it just is not about like, oh, you paid for 30 days, you're going home. That's not it. So we want to get everything in check. We want to sort of evict problems. You know, this barking stuff. Like I said, Bella, it sounds like has some separation anxiety. So we're going to work on that too. We're going to get used to Bella seeing me come and go. We're going to get Bella used to being in a crate. That was the big problem. Bella's mom doesn't have any problem with Bella being in a crate if she leaves the house, but her mother lives in like a townhouse, and there's other people around. It's a similar situation that I see in New York City, which is, you know, you have a dog and it starts barking. It makes your life hell. You can't go anywhere. So if she puts Bella in the crate, Bella will start going ape shit and stuff. So we don't want that, right, Bella? You're cute, dude. You are. What? Oh, she just said she can't stand Trump. I agree, Bella. He's pretty horrible. Oh, really? We can't say that. She was talking about Trump and Stormy Daniels. And she told me to tell you anyway. She said that she knows Stormy Daniels' dog. And Stormy Daniels' dog told her that Stormy said that she was not satisfied, even close. What? Really? A minute and a half? No, I can't talk about that. He's our president. We're not supposed to be saying stuff like this. Didn't your mom vote for Trump? Yeah, well, a lot of people did that. I didn't. I'm one of the Republicans that refused to vote for Trump. And I'm happy with my decision. He's horrible. Bella agrees. She said, oh, well, it's too late. We're putting this out on video. She doesn't want her mom to know that she can't stand Trump. Right? It's too late for that, Bella. You're a good girl, Bella. You're good. Good girl. Yeah, there you go. See, now you're looking at me. I'm leash flexing. I'm reminding the dog I'm in charge by moving the leash up and down. I'm moving her collar, saying, Bella, I'm in charge. Don't worry about it. Good girl. That's good girl, Bella. Good girl. You're good. She's cute, dude. You got a face like a softball. It's like a little softball head. Good girl. That's very good. Very good. I just want to make sure I don't get bit when I start doing this. Open up. There we go. We're good to go. Good girl. That was good. That was good. Now I'll probably do some more lessons where I'm just doing that. I'm just opening up Bella's mouth. We're going to take it real slow. This is a Shitzu. This is not a, it's not a Labrador. It's not a Golden, you know. They're not, this is not necessarily a soft-mouthed dog. If you're going to follow behind me, know that if you're going to teach your dog hold, even though it's your dog, all dogs can bite. Okay, so if you're gonna use my methods and you're teaching the dog to do hold and you're working with the dog's mouth, you might get bit. I'm just putting the videos out for educational purposes. If I get bit, it's my deal. I do it for a living. You know? I'm getting paid. If I get bit, it's my deal. Right? Right, Bella? So what I'm telling you, if you're going to teach your dog to do this, you better have confidence in yourself and you better sort of know what you're doing. You start screwing around with the dog's mouth, you might get bit. So be careful. Good girl, Bella. Good girl. Now, one other thing that I want to show you is that you see how I'm sort of like, it's like deep tissue? I know she's nervous. At no point am I using a consoling tone with her either. I'm talking in the camera like I normally do. I'm talking normal, and I'm not baby talking her. And when I do touch her, it's like, it's not a light touch. Okay? Because if it was a light touch, I might continue this, like, good girl. That's good. Good. She's looking at me now. There's nervousness. She's nervous. She's not as nervous as some dogs I've seen. But if you're doing a light touch on the dog, no good. It should always be sort of deep tissue. So like Bowser's going home and Stan wants to pet him on the chest. Sort of like that. It's not like real light. Don't do that. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's right up there with baby talking. I'm not saying bam, bam, bam. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it is sort of deep tissue. Little Bella. So I've already figured this out. To get Bella to look at me, I can just do some leash flexing. Little Bella. She's good. Sit. That's good. Good girl. Sit. Good girl, Belle. Good girl, Bella. Look at you. You're awfully handsome. You're pretty. You're not handsome. She's got a little softball-like head. Kind of like a little cantaloupe. Oh, you're good. Oh, there you go. Should be good to go. Now this will be a different type of dog to train to do hold, drop, and retrieve than Bowser, okay? This is not a soft-mouthed dog that is like, you know, Bowser was sort of freaky in that he would just take the object right away. We still had to train it as a command. You know, I'm going to put the stick in front of Bella's face. I guarantee you she's not going to take it like the puppy did. Even puppies, Bowser was sort of rare. Bowser was very mouthy, and that anything you put in front of his mouth, including your hand, he would go for. So that was a whole other problem altogether. So it really isn't the breed of dog. All dogs can sort of like hold an object, drop it, and retrieve something. Even a bulldog can retrieve a tennis ball. See what I'm saying? So follow along, and we'll get Miss Bella all figured out here. Well, you are cute. Is that lipstick I see on you? Yeah, that's her mom kissing her. Seriously. All right, Bella. You did good. Good girl. That was very good. You did good. Good girl. Good girl, Bella. You're awesome. Sit. She's awesome. Good girl. That's very good. Speaking of opening a dog's mouth, here's Bow's. I want to show you. See where it's missing a tooth right there where my thumb is? See? He's dropping teeth. So no, when your dog starts dropping teeth, I'm not telling you to not do retrieves. I'm just saying really limit it. You know, because they start being real, like, chomping on it and everything, because their mouth is sort of, you know, bothered. So just limit the retrieves, which we got the retrieving done with Bowser. You know, his dad can do a couple of retrieves with him a day or something. They don't have to do a bunch of them. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like I had Bowser out with the Frisbee and it was really being mouthy. So just keep doing retrieves, just don't do a whole bunch. Don't do a whole bunch anyway. Do one or two, get success, and put the dog up, and then you'll end up with an awesome retriever. While we're on the subject of puppies and teeth, your puppy could start dropping its milk teeth as early as about 14 weeks. However, usually I don't see that, and I've worked with lots of puppies. Usually get to see that at about 16 weeks it'll start. And some dogs will even go as long as 30 weeks before they're all out. But that would be an extreme too. Like 14 weeks would be pretty early, and 30 weeks would be pretty late. So Bowser's dropping, you know, his milk teeth's been dropping them. He started dropping them, and he's about normal. So usually by the time the dog is 5.5 months old, your puppy will have all of its teeth. Don't worry about it too much. Don't make a big deal about it. Just, you know, they just drop them. You don't have to rub the gums. You don't have to do anything. Just sort of limit retrieving during this period. That's it. Most people don't have retrieving dogs anyway, but like still work your dog, make the dog do some retrieves, but you'll see sort of like the dog sort of being more mouthy than it should. If it's being mouthy, it doesn't matter. You don't want that to start. If it's mouthing the object, tell it no. We understand that the dog is dropping teeth and it's going to have more of a tendency to do this. So maybe you could try a different retrieving object. Like I just saw Bowser, we were doing the Frisbee and he was being way too weird with it. So I took the Frisbee away. He can play with the Frisbee next week, you know? So just keep it in check. It's nothing to, you don't have to like give the dog frozen rags or anything like that. They'll just pop out. You might see them on the ground, you know? You might see them in the crate. They might eat them, you know? Bowser probably ate his. It's Bowser.